my friends? How's it going? It's been a while. Um, I've been pretty busy, and to be honest, the van life videos are just not turning my crank these days. So I've been just not really that motivated to do them. Um, anyway, I'll talk a bit about that later, perhaps. This topic of this video is about dating and living in a van, but really more just about dating in general. The van is just kind of like this extra little twist that is a part of it for me. So about a month, maybe 6 weeks ago, I started dating again, and it's been interesting. Let's just put it that way. It's an adventure. It's a never-ending adventure, and I do enjoy it. I have to say, it can be quite challenging in some ways, but it's also enjoyable. And the adventure of meeting somebody new and the implications they can have for your life, it's quite mind-blowing. It can have a real impact on the quality of your life. So if you're in the right headspace, I say go for it. For me, basically, I separated from my ex-wife in the beginning of January 2015. So it's been close to 6 years. And what happened was there's this person that I know who is coming from out of province, and she's a friend of mine from online, and she's going to she's passing through Vancouver, and I said, hey, if you're around coming through Vancouver, maybe we could go for coffee. And she was like, sure. And then like a day later, she was like, wait a minute, is this a date? And I said, yeah, this is a date. I'd love to take you on a date. And so that happened, and I don't want to go into too many details with all that stuff, because I know these people sometimes watch my videos, and I want to be respectful of their privacy. But anyway, so what happened with that was it really got me thinking, you know what? I think I should start dating again. Companionship is important to me, and it's been almost 6 years. It's time to get back in the game. So I have been. And I've been on about, let's see, I've been on about 4 or 5 dates, maybe 4. And it's been really interesting. Some of them have gone very well, and other ones are like, okay, that's interesting. So this one date that I went on was this Russian lady, and she was very beautiful, very intelligent, had a PhD in computational linguistics, kind of a mouthful. And so we went out for dinner and everything, and everything was great, except that she really wasn't the right fit for me in terms of her personality. She was very, basically her job was to fire people or mediate disputes, and she worked in human resources. And the personality just wasn't the right person for me, and I think the feeling was mutual. So that's one I can talk about a bit. Another one, I won't go into too much details. I want to be respectful. But let's just say that she lives in a van as well, and I was pretty interested in her, let's just put it that way. But for whatever reason, things didn't quite work out, and that was a little bit difficult for me, to be honest. I did really like her, but I don't think she was quite ready, or at least it was either that or she just wasn't that interested in me. It's one of the two. But if things would have worked out with her, that would have been terrific. But I don't think that's the path that things were going to take. So then, even tonight, I was supposed to be on a coffee date with somebody, and I literally spent she texted me from 9 a.m. to 6 in the evening, and it probably would have went on, but I just finally said, ugh, I think I should go now. And that was interesting experience. But then this morning, that was like 2 days ago, and then this morning, she basically said she doesn't think she's ready to invest in a relationship right now. And I was like, oh, that's too bad. I hope I didn't say anything that to make you think that way. And she said, no, it's nothing that I said. So who knows? Maybe she just wasn't really ready to get involved. And I am ready. To be honest, I am ready. And I don't mind taking it slow or whatever the pace is. The thing with me, number one, is respect. Respect where the person is. And I'm not really looking for anything physical necessarily. You know, I'm happy just to take things slow and see where that goes. I want to be respectful to where the person is. And hopefully it's a mutual agreement on that front. And a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, basically said something that I really resonate with. He said, it's not 50-50, it's 100-100. You know, if each person meets the other person 100-100 and gives 100% investment, then it's a good thing. And I totally agree with him, because if each person is giving their full commitment and their full effort, then the relationship can go really well. But if one person's investing more, then it's really not equal, and things won't go as well. So for me, ideally, I would like to date somebody who is living in a van. That solves that whole part of it for me, which is a question mark, because there can be a lot of judgment. I basically don't really want to let that cat out of the bag until they get to know me a little bit better, so that they can judge me in the proper context. Because if they don't know me and you just say, oh, by the way, I live in a van, they might say, whoa, wait a minute, you're what? You're homeless? And I was like, red flag, red flag. So instead of saying, hey, guess what, I live in a van, I just want to leave that till a little bit later. I don't want to be deceitful, but when they get to know me, we can talk about that. One way that I plan to bring that up is I will say, if they say, hey, where do you live, or do you own your own house, or something like that, I would say, have you ever seen those pictures on Instagram or maybe on YouTube or whatever, of those big fancy Sprinter vans where it's all done up? Well, I live in something similar to that, self-built camper van. And take from there. And it's also about the right kind of person. I'm not going to date someone who's got to have tons of makeup on and has to wear high heels all the time. That's just not my kind of woman. Someone who's into the outdoors, loves animals, loves nature, probably loves camping. That's kind of more the person that I'm interested in. I think they're going to be on a similar wavelength, and I think they would be more open to that. I also would prefer someone who's artistic, who's into music, who is kind of like finds interest in like Eastern thought, Eastern philosophies like Buddhism and Taoism and Zen. That's more of my wavelength. So if that's kind of the thing they're in, the mindset they're in, there's much more. I think they can be more open-minded to van life versus if they're like climbing the corporate ladder and, you know, money, money, money. That's not the kind of person that's into me, probably, and I'm not going to be so much interested in that kind of person either. So you got to be honest with the person, I think. I don't think you can be deceitful. I don't think that's a healthy way to be in a relationship. But at the same time, you have to be careful because there's so much judgment. Anyway, but yeah, getting back to the videos on YouTube, I don't really know. I'm kind of not really sure about where to go with this channel in a sense. I've been really unmotivated to make videos about van life because I'm kind of living the life. I don't really find it fruitful for me to tell people where to get water or how to get heat. I've kind of been there, done that. And so then I think, well, where does that leave? What does that leave? Am I going to talk about van life stuff where it's not really my passion so much? My passion is music and meeting new people and, you know, things like that. So I don't know. But if I don't make van life videos, I know that the views go way down and the interest is way less. So for me, I have to be authentic. I have to be who I am. I can't just fake it. So I think if I'm going to continue to make videos, they're going to be about things that I feel genuinely authentic about. No games, no baloney. So that's where it's at, guys. Leave me a comment what you think about the future, about the channel kind of idea, and what you guys think. I don't know. Just being honest. Alright guys, well, there you have it. Thanks for watching and be well, my friends.